Good morning, gentlemen, and Hannah, and Kylie, maybe by video, we'll see. Kylie. So anyway, what we have here, after yesterday, we went through the last problem we did was this one here, right? And so now we're here to this graphical problem where we have these different things. So I want you to go ahead and fill this out, and we'll go over these together in a couple minutes, okay? Do that one. Can you see on your paper the graphs all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you can see this little faint. You kind of see where they are. The thing you got to worry about, you have -5, -3, 4, 7. So I don't know how easily that apparent that is.
Oh, cool. Thanks. I can just do everything.
Does anybody need a pencil today? No?
I can't even spell. You okay, Mr. Grove?
Pardon me?
You alright?
Yeah, I'm all right. What happens is, if any of you, do any of you get writer's cramp?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're a writer. That's right. You're like a natural writer. Well, what happens with me sometimes, and usually it happens late in the day, but if I'm writing a lot on this pad here, it'll cause my hand to cramp a little bit sometimes, occasionally. I think I'm probably short some potassium, because apparently that's helpful to avoid cramps.
Is that your hair? I'm gonna keep it on. Ew, I can see the follicle. That's gross. I don't want to see your follicle.
Okay. Ready to start going over these? Or not? Looks like people are still working. You're still working on this? I guess so.
I'm working. Wait, are we supposed to do all of them? Yeah, then I'm still working.
Yeah, so we'll work on it for a little while. Let's go over and give a few more minutes. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And I'll leave it on.
Did you just ask me to choose the same? What do you mean?
I'm just kind of working through some of these. I don't know if they're right so far,
So far, you know, I've done all of them except 4.
except for 4.
I don't know.
So 4 you haven't done yet, but you've done 5 and 6?
I've done 5 and 6.
Okay. So I'm just making lists here.
Sorry.
F of 0 looks like 0. And looks like F prime of 0 is 0 also. G of 0. And really what happens, since I know these are all 0, I know this is 0, right?
Yeah.
Already, because I know whatever I multiply by, it's going to be 0. Okay, and then 4. So F of 4 is equal to, that looks like maybe 2.
Yeah, I think it's 2.
And I'm looking, this is kind of hard to estimate. I'm saying F prime of 4 maybe looks like 1/2. I don't know if that's what it looks like to you.
I think it's 1/3.
It could be. Because 1, 1, might be 1/3. I'll put
Yeah,
down
it's 1, 1, and it's 7, 3. So
7, 3. Yeah, that's going to be 1/3 is a better approximation. These are hard to see, hard to figure out sometimes.
Oh, got it.
And then G of 4 is going to be 7. Now the G prime of 4, to me that looks undefined.
that's why I got confused.
Okay, so I'll say H prime of 4, I'll call that I'll call it does not exist.
That's why I was.
Yeah. And so what happens is that even though everything else is in place and valid, just because of one thing not being defined, the whole thing gets undefined. All right?
That'd be a nasty wall.
And then on these last two, we have R or F of -7. So go to -7 here, and that looks like it's maybe, is that like 5 maybe?
We have a what?
And I'll say F prime of -7. That's going to be -1. G of -7
That's good.
is going to be equal to 4. G prime of -7 is equal to 0. So R prime of -7 is low, and low is G, right? Low D high minus high D low, and that's going to be 0. So we don't even have to mention that. All over low squared, and low squared is, that's your low, right, G? So that's going to be 16. So that looks like -1/4. Does that look right? Okay. And finally we have F of 7 equals 3, looks like. We'll say F prime of 7 equals 1/3. G of 7 equals 7. And G prime of 7 equals 0. So for this, we have low D high. Well, low is 7. D high, so times 1/3, minus high D low, that's going to be 0 again. Isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be 0 again. All over low square, that's going to be 49. So that's going to be some weird fraction, isn't it? So it's 7/3 divided by 49. What is that going to be? 157ths, is that it?
147.
147ths, yeah.
Which is 1/21.
Okay, 1/21. Okay, so I thought this was a good exercise because it takes a graphical connection to it. Okay, now we have to this exercise set, which is notes for product and quotient rules, and man, I think this is really just a good summary assignment for you guys. So that's it. Go ahead and do problems 1 and 4, and you can turn that in. These ones says notes for product and quotient rules, so do those. 1 through 4. Yeah, 1 through 4. This one here, you're gonna have to take derivative twice on problem 4.
I'm sorry, Henry.
All right, so so have that ready for Monday, and we will leave it there.